soon as you said it, like 2 of us turned.
Are you ready for part 2 of the server to run? Punch that thing.
Wait, there's a part. Oh no.
Get on your Sparrow. Get on your Sparrow.
Are we just going straight?
Yep.
Just run?
It's gonna look weird, but you go off the edge.
Dodge the purple, dodge the purple!
Touch the purple.
Follow dude.
Oh god.
Oh god, you mean literally off the edge? I'm dead. I'm barely dead. Oh, you're dead. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
I
at
love
least
you
Dust
guys.
died with you.
Yeah.
Dust died with you.
I had
Like,
to commit.
I was like, what do you mean off the edge? Okay, off the edge. They're going to do it. Ah.
That was the old Sherpa in me. Okay, what? Again, it looks like those goals that I set for you guys were way too easy. But I'm very grateful, and welcome to all of you new guys just joining the channel. I hope you enjoy yourself here. Real quick before we get started, I gave my Twitch Discord a good old spit shining, and I'm going to be posting the link for that in the description down below. I made it so maybe I can get viewer submissions, or maybe if you guys need a little bit of help with your builds, maybe I could be of some assistance. Or just, come and hang out. I'll be linking my Twitter down below as well, so you can stay up to date in case I have any news for you guys. And don't forget to keep leaving likes down below and subbing if you aren't already, so we can keep growing together. Alright, without further ado, let's get this video started. As always, I'm your host Muffin Bandit, and I'm here to make sure that you don't go out in public looking like this, and instead help you look like the God Slayer that you are. And today I'm going to be starting with I have to pee. I don't really, but that's the guy's name. So I'm showing off his Guardian Gary, and for his head he has Gemsum Knight Helm, Gemsum Knight Gauntlets, both of which you grab from IO. For his chest he has a Sunbreaker plate. I've talked about it several times now. This is a really good starting set of armor that will help you with a lot of looks. That was a Season 6 Bright Engram drop. For the legs he has Sunbreaker Greaves, also a Season 6 Bright Engram drop. The Phenotype Plasticity Mark, and that was a Season 8 Season Pass drop. And for his shader we have the Mercury Vex Chrome, and that was just a Bright Engram drop. And something quick to note before we continue, I'm trying to clean up, the amount of text that you see on screen. So if you ever see an O surrounded by parentheses like you do here, that basically means that that item is an ornament and it's not a standalone armor piece. But yeah, going back to Gary over here, I'm just really impressed, and I might want to start looking into the rest of the Gemsum Knight armor pieces, because there was the build by Death by Dusk on 2 videos ago that made this helmet look really cool. And the shoulders for these, I feel like there's a lot of potential there, and you can get these armor pieces whenever you want from Ashermere, or just doing any IO activities. And if you have the Sunbreaker armor set for the Titans, go ahead and go into your vault if you haven't done so already, and kind of play around with the chest pieces or the legs for that set, because they go with a lot of other armor sets if you're trying to go for that thinner Titan look, or if you're trying to go for a more military type of look. And speaking of the Gemsum Knight armor sets, we have Bato here with his Dreaming Scout. So for his head he has on the Gemsum Knight Casque, and for his arms he has on the Gemsum Knight Grips. Again, both from IO, you can get them from Ashermere or from just doing activities there. For his chest he has the Empyrean Cartographer Vest, and you get that from the Season 8 Eververse store. And for his legs, he also has on the Empyrean Cartographer Strides, again from the same exact place. And by the way, I called it on the Empyrean Cartographer Vest. It's going to be a straight up winner for all the hunters out there. For the class item, he has on the Phenotype Plasticity Cloak. It was a Season 8 Season Pass drop. And for his shader, he has on the Dreaming Spectrum. And oh my god, I cannot tell you enough good things about the Dreaming Spectrum shader. And this one you just get from dismantling Dreaming City weapons. And again, like I said in my previous video, in the background you can kind of see my Titan, and you can see that he's also rocking the Dreaming Spectrum shader. And it's one of my favorite shaders of all time. It gives the armor sets a good bony look to them. Also, by the way, my clan video where I'm going to be featuring some members from my clan and all of their armor sets, that's where I'm going to be showing off my Titan and all of his different pieces of armor for you. So look out for that. But going back to the Dreaming City Scout over here, I just really like the way that the phenotype plasticity cloak looks. It really does make him look like a scout, like he's about to radio in for help if he finds like one thing wrong out there. And I know that you hunters really like the cloak too, because it allows you to, you know, take off the hood and really show off those really cool helmets that Bungie made for you. And speaking of cool hunters, would you just look at this guy? I mean, let's all take a moment. Take it in. Isn't he cool? So he calls this his lost and forgotten look. So for his head, he has on the Empyrean Cartographer mask. This was a Season 8 Eververse store item. For his arms, he has on the young Ahamkara's spine with the augmented wish. And of course, it's an exotic, it's a random drop. For the chest, he has on the Empyrean Cartographer vest. And for his legs, he has on the Empyrean Cartographer strides. We've talked about this set already. You get it from the Season 8 Eververse store, or you got it from the Season 8 Eververse store. If it ever comes back, I definitely recommend you pick those sets up. For the class item, we have the Neoteric Coyote Cloak. This was just a bright engram drop. And for the shaders, he has on the Vex Descendant Chrome. That's the shader that's making everything look kind of rusty and worn. And he also has on the Gambit Jadestone shader. And the Vex Chrome drops from bright engrams. And the Gambit Jadestone drops from a Season 9 quest. And in case you're curious on what quest I'm talking about there, you know how every season has kind of a like emblem quest where at the end you get an emblem and then maybe a couple of shaders. You get one for Gambit, you get one for Vanguard, and you also get one for Crucible. Those are the quests that I'm talking about. So Season 9 is the current season that we're in as of making this video. So if you catch this video at the time of release, do yourself a favor and maybe grab that Gambit Jadestone. This hunter is using it on his cloak, so maybe give it a try on yours. And I've definitely seen the Ahamkara's spine before, but just looking at it when it's like rusty or just like a different like brown color aside from like a Dreaming Spectrum where it actually looks like a bone, it makes it look so freaking cool. And then that paired with the thorn, I mean, he's really selling that whole Dredgen look. And I know I say this a lot about a lot of hunters that I see here, but if I had these armor pieces, I would absolutely make my hunter look like this. He's so evil looking, he's so sinister looking. Like if you saw him in the Crucible, you'd turn around, or maybe like shotgun him really fast before he kills you. And you know what, Communist Duck? I like your look so freaking much that I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the seal of approval for this week. Just, you know, round of applause. Good job, man. I want to be you. I want to have your armor sets. Next up we have I Am Jugs with his Sundowner build. And if you didn't know, because I didn't, Sundowner is a villain from Metal Gear Revengeance, or whatever they ended up calling that game. I know it changed names like 100 freaking times. But I'm going to throw up some pictures right now showing you what Sundowner actually looks like in the game, in case you're curious. And the way Jugs achieved this build, for his head, he has on the Future Facing Helm. You get this from the Season of Dawn Eververse store. And if you're watching this video when it comes out, do yourself a favor if you can. Buy this armor set because, I mean, not every single piece is like a winner, but definitely the head, I can see a lot of builds being made from it. For his arms, he has on the Opulent Duelist Gauntlets. You get this from the Menagerie. For his chest, he has on the Severance Enclosure. So this is the brand new exotic that came out with Season 9. And then again, just a random drop, or you can, you know, go to Zur. I'm sure he'll sell it eventually. For his legs, he has on the Star-Crossed Footsteps. This was a Season 5 bright engram drop. For the class item, he has on the Phenotype Plasticity mark. You get this from the Season 8 Season Pass. And for the shader, he has on Refurbished Black Armory. and you just get that from dismantling any like Black Armory weapons, or not any weapons, some Black Armory weapons or armor pieces. If I can take you guys back in time to earn the star-crossed armor sets, I would, because especially for the Titans, because the legs and even the arms are basically fashion meta. They can be used for a lot of builds, and they just look really good, especially the legs. I know because they kind of have like that muscly look to them because of all the lines going around the armor set. But yeah, I mean, if you guys ever get a chance to earn these, like if Bungie brings them back or something, definitely go for them because, like I said, fashion meta. And reference to a video game villain aside, just on its own, this build is really freaking cool. I really wish that the chest plate did more, because I mean, it's kind of a lame exotic. Whenever you finish an enemy, it causes little explosions like the bombardiers do. But it looks really cool, and I can see some really cool ornaments being like made for it. Anyway, Jugs, really good job, man. Your Titan looks freaking amazing, and he actually looks like a very strong and powerful Guardian. So up next, I have a Chance of Redemption. So he was in my previous video, and I called him like Pee-Pee or something. So I was corrected in the comments down below. I don't know if that was actually him, but we have Pipincan with his Celestial Cyberlink, and if it was you that commented on the last video correcting me, I'm sorry. I've always said I can't pronounce names, but 2 in a row, dude. I think you're gonna be the first one to do that, cause this Guardian looks freaking cool as well. He was the one that did the kind of overgrown warlock where he had like leaves and he looked like he was like, out there battling in the jungle. But anyway, for his head, he has on the Vernal Growth Hood. For his class item, he has the Vernal Growth Bond, both of which you get from the Season 6 Revelry event. For his arms, he has on the Righteous Gloves. It is a Season of Dawn Season Pass drop. For his chest, he has on the Imperial Cartographer robes, which this is my first time really seeing them. They look freaking cool with this shader on. For his legs, he has the Transversive Steps. Those are a random drop, and he has them with a Stride to the Edge ornament, which you can get from Tess, or you could have gotten from Tess. And for the shaders, he has on the Atmospheric Glow, the Skelegal, and the First Frost, all of which you got from the Eververse store. First Frost was from the Dawning, Skelegal was from the Halloween event, and Atmospheric Glow, I believe, was sold during Season 8 for Bright Dust. And I just want to point out that, does this Warlock look like super rich to you guys? Like, this is what I imagine someone that was like higher up in society to look like in the whole Destiny universe. Because like, his armor looks like it has just a bunch of coins. Like, his money is leaking out of his pockets. That's how rich this Warlock is. Aside from that, he kind of gives off a whole steampunkish look to him. And, I mean, for Warlocks, it's kind of plain and simple for me on what I like to see in their fashion. And all it is I want you to look unique, because, again, not Warlocks' fault. It's Bungie's fault. A lot of Warlocks just look alike, man. And if you look unique and if you stand out, then you look freaking great in my book. Next up, I have another Warlock for you guys from Blackjack, and I just called this Moo, because I don't even remember what the name was. But does he give off any cow vibes to you guys? I was helping out my other clanmate make his armor set for the clan video that I'm planning, and we actually took a look at this robe, but I told him kind of no, and he also kind of agreed that it just looked too much like a cow. And I mean, then I saw this guy and I'm like, he's kind of rocking that cow look though. Anyway, for his head, he has on the Frost Reach hood. This was a Season 5 Dawning drop. For the arms, he has on the Dragonfly Regalia Reaches. This was a Season 4 Bright Ingram drop. For his chest, he has on the Symmetrist Habit, another Season 5 Bright Ingram drop. For his legs, he has on the Symmetrist's Balance. For his class item, he has on the Memory of Cade. This you just got dropped from the Forsaken campaign. For the shader, he has on the Gift of the Nine, which you get from the Emissary. I also wanted to point out his sparrow in the background also really goes with his whole look. It looks like really pointy, just like the patterns on his robes, and even his head, his shoulders on his robes as well. Just really good tie-in overall with everything, and really good job, Blackjack. I really like your cow. I mean your guardians. Up next, we have our first weapon of the day. So we have first Curse Phil with his King Cobra, and this is a python with what I believe to be a New Monarchy Regalia shader on there. If it is that shader, then you get it from Executor Hideo. I say maybe because I actually don't know if this is the right shader. In the description down below, or in the comments, sorry, he didn't really list anything down there. So I'm kind of guessing, and I could almost hear somebody in the comments right now saying, "Why are you being lazy? Why can't you just test this out for us?" Well, dear viewer, I can't, because I actually don't have any of the New Monarchy shaders, so I can't test it out on my personal Python. My PC account was created way after Forsaken, or during Forsaken, sorry. So I didn't have access to any of the factions, so I couldn't grab any of the shaders. But if you want to do me a favor and you want to test this out on your Python, I would greatly appreciate it. And if I'm wrong on the shaders, definitely, correct me down below and let me know what shader you found was the exact one used for this weapon. Up next, we have a very underrepresented gun. We have a Trust with a Doubt ornament, and this is from Gore the Bond, and he calls this his Gilded Slayer. For his shader, he has on the Verdant Crown. You get that just from, bright engram drops. I just feel like this gun is nice. I mean, it can definitely go with the Gambit Prime armor sets, the ones that glow and, have the whole snake kind of front and center. Just, something to try out. I thought it looked nice. What do you think? So that's it for this week's video. Remember, I made this video early for you guys because you earned it by getting me 40 plus subs in 1 week. We're actually so close to 200, by the way. But no goals this week, unfortunately. I need to return to my regular schedule of uploading every other Wednesday because I have a lot of work to catch up on. That doesn't mean you still can't hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you loved it. We're growing so fast now, and I'm always so excited to see the reactions to new videos. As far as special videos go, I have a clan one coming out soonish. I just need to finalize some more armor sets for my friends. And I got an idea for a new video from one of you guys that commented, showing you how I personally make my armor sets. Kind of showing you the method to my madness there. So look out for that in the future. Don't forget the links down below are for all the posts that I referenced in the video. My Twitter link is also down there. And the Discord link is also down there. So that way you can join the Discord and maybe show me some of your looks. Remember, I upload videos every other Wednesday. And I will see you on the next one. Stay beautiful.